Okay, so let's keep going with these drawing files. We are now going to create a drawing file for our cam that we already did. The first thing you have to do is open the master template that I already gave you and do a file save as. And remember, the key thing is that you save this file into, first off, the correct location. So you're going to go this PC, navigate down here to your V drive, go to your student folder, find that 4.2.4 cam folder and double click into it. After you've double clicked into it, then go down here and type in 4.2.4. So now when I go into that folder, I should see two files after you save this. I should see your part file and I should see your drawing file. So we're just maintaining good file management. So please go ahead and save that into the proper folder like I just told you. So now that I have the drawing, I'm going to go ahead and do what we normally do. We're going to insert the base. Now, we can get away with just two views, a front, it should be three, a front, a right side, and then an isometric. So I'm going to go ahead and add those in. Those are all at 1:1. I'm going to position my front view over here, get my right side view right there, and then I'm going to put the isometric right there. Then I'm going to shade the isometric like we always do, so I'm going to double click on those red dotted lines along the edge. Click on Shaded for Style, click OK. Now, I need to show you some new things because we have cylindrical features, so we need to add in some center marks and some center lines. So I'm going to show you how to do that now in the model. And actually, before I move on, let's fill in our, what's it called? Where are you? Our field text underneath the title block. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to type in my name in all caps. I'm going to go project title, which can be 4.2.4 cam. The scale is going to be 1:1. And then whatever period I have you, click OK. Alright, now we can get into dimensioning. I'm going to go into the annotate ribbon up top now, like we would normally do to dimension. But this time, under symbols, you're going to see a center mark, which we're going to use to locate the center of our cylindrical features. And then you'll see two different ways to add center lines. Center lines show where the center of hidden circles are. They're also used to show that circles are aligned with one another. So you can use it with this center line, or you can do what they call a centerline bisector. So you'll notice the clicks that they're doing there to add that center line. They're clicking the outer edges of the circle. So what do we need to add? We need to add a center mark to this circle and a center mark to this circle. So let's go ahead and do that first. So I'm going to click on center mark, and I'm simply just going to click the edge of the circle. It's going to drop that one in. Then I'm going to go up here, click the edge of this circle, and it's dropping that one in. Now it's not exactly what we want, so we are going to do a little bit of editing, but I'm going to hit escape first off to get out of the center mark tool. So I hit escape, and that's good. And then I'm going to extend this center mark. So if you hover over it, you'll see all these little green dots. But if you hover over this right one, you can click, hold, and drag that out a little bit, because I want that to go out past the circle. I'm going to do the same thing this way, trying to get as close as you can. Doesn't have to be perfect, but don't have one like this and then the other one like that. So eye that up, make that look nice. So we adjusted that one. Now, if you remember from the, I lost it. But from the model, they had a center line connecting these two circles. And that's actually how I knew that we should add that vertical constraint, because the center of this circle is vertically aligned with this circle. So we need to connect a center line from there to there. So to do that, I'm going to use the center line tool. I'm going to left click the end of this center mark, and then I'm going to bring it straight down and left click the end of this center mark. And then, I accidentally lost my, wait, try that again. Center line, left click. Oh, when you're done, you need to right click create. Totally forgot about that. So let me do that one more time. Center line, left click, right click create. Something that's easy to forget. Remember to right click create when you're adding a center line. And for some reason I lost this, so I'm going to add this back in again. There we go. So now that's looking good. The other thing I need to do is I need to add in a center line in between this right here. There is a square hole there, so I'm going to add in a center line there to that. So I'm going to go and use the center line bisector, and I'm going to click the midpoint of this line and then the midpoint of this line, and it adds in a little center mark there for me. And then I'm going to just connect that and just extend it just like so. Extend, yeah, that looks good. Alright, so I got that. And then we can start dimensioning. So first thing I'm going to do is dimension the this circle right here. So I'm going to go dimension, click on that circle, get that radius, and then I'm going to say OK. And then I'm going to go up to this circle, add in that radius, and then I'm going to click OK. I need to dimension from center to center. So to do that, make sure you click on the end point of this center mark right there, and then the end point of this center mark. The reason why that's important, let me click OK, is because by clicking the end point of those center marks, it creates a space between the center mark and the extension line. You don't want that running into the center mark. We're just following good dimensioning practice there. What else do we got? Let's do a depth dimension over here. So I'm going to add in that depth dimension now. I'm going to use my good spacing with those dotted lines. The only issue is that it's only showing 0.13, so it's rounding up to that decimal. So I want to go, when this dialog box pops up, click in precision and tolerance. Now, if you clicked OK already and accidentally closed it, just double click back on the dimension, and then you can go into precision and tolerance and just change the how many decimal places it's going to. So we're going to click that and notice how it adjusted. So we're going to have to do that for a few other ones, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. For example, we got to dimension the keyway. So I'm going to click this. Again, notice how it says 0.13, which we don't want. I want that to be to the that decimal place right there. And then I'm going to add in this dimension here for the height of the keyway. There's my spacing right there. I'm going to change that to precision as well. So what do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dimensions there. And then I'm going to hit escape to get out of the dimension tool. And I am going to then go ahead and save. And I am going to screen clip this, so Windows Shift S. Actually, I only need this. This is all I need. So I'm going to screen clip that into my binder, into the 4.2.4 CAM page. And then I'm going to print this and turn that in for a grade.